When I had to choose university, there wasn't really much contest. Sheffield had everything that I was looking for. The department was so impressive, the staff were incredibly friendly, and their research interest was so diverse that I knew that whatever I ended up being interested in, I'd have someone to support me.
I feel that the Language and Linguistics course is a course that's really relevant in everyday life, whether it's the jokey discussions in your flat about accents and dialects, or whether it's the more in-depth study of how children learn language.
With university you get people coming from all around the country, and like one thing we share is language, and we can talk about each other's. I probably met my best friends at university just from talking about language.
The English Language and Linguistics course in the first year has quite a bit of core content. Those are modules that students have to take. And this gives students an introduction to a whole range of different linguistic approaches to studying language. So it gives you a real sense of the breadth and the depth of the discipline.
After first year there are no cores. It's quite free, so you get to choose all your own modules, which is good. You can sort of tailor the course so that you start to specialise in your own area. So like if you wanted to be a speech therapist, you could choose everything that would lead you onto that path.
I've taken modules such as teaching English to young learners and child language acquisition, which is great for me because that really suits the profession I want to go into, which is teaching.
I could even have chosen something starting from my first year. That meant to me that I could have specialised from the very start, and I was eager to be able to do what I wanted to do in a great place and in a great university.
One of the key highlights is probably meeting the lecturers. They're proud of what you do and how you put yourself out there, like in the community.
They're really helpful, and they're always free to talk to you, and I just find that a massive benefit.
I teach all English Language and Linguistics students at level 1 in their first year on the Sounds of English module, which covers the basics of speech sound production. All of the topics that we cover within that module are things that I've done research on myself. I also use my research experience in dissertation supervision, helping students to develop even further their independent research skills.
Seminars are quite good because basically if you don't understand something in the lecture, everyone can chip in and have a discussion.
The tutors tailor the reading to what you're interested in, and the classes are quite small, so you get really in-depth, intimate discussion about every sort of aspect of the topic that you want to look into.
There are lots of different places to study. If you need some silent study space, you can go to the Western Bank Library, you can go to parts of the IC. If you need a more collaborative study space, you want to talk to your fellow students, you're working on a group project or presentation perhaps, then there are rooms that you can book in the IC, as well as Western Bank Library and the new diamond facility. So we've really got learning resources and learning spaces for everybody's learning needs.
The main benefit of studying Sheffield is probably the city itself and what that has to offer. There's lots of opportunities to get involved in the community through volunteering or through paid employment.
On one hand you've got the parks and the beautiful areas nearby, and on the other hand you're 10 minutes away from the centre of town where there's loads of great restaurants and bars and places to go out with your friends.
We've got a really good nightlife, we've got Pop-Tarts, we've got Tuesday Club.
Everybody here seems so enthusiastic of simply being in Sheffield, and I sort of wanted to be part of this friendliness.
I feel a lot safer in Sheffield. I think it's just quite a friendly city as well, so I have enjoyed my time here. I think particularly as a student, it's a good city to be in.